Welcome to the Life Coach School podcast, where it's all about real clients, real problems, and real coaching. And now, your host, Master Coach Instructor, Brooke Castillo.
Hey everyone, it's Brooke Castillo. I know that you're excited to download the latest episode of the podcast. I have done 137 podcasts so far. I'm going on 3 years. I'm excited too. But here's the thing. I need your help. I have a new goal of getting 1,000 reviews. I am bent on it right now because I had to look on my statistics and see that there were 150,000 downloads, which made me totally excited and feel honored and blessed. So I think that it's totally possible for us to get to 1,000 reviews, and I really need your help. So what I decided to do is, when I was just recently doing a workshop, a lot of people came up to me and said they love the podcast, but creating a review on iTunes is really challenging. It's not intuitive. It's not easy. And so what I promised them that I would do is create a podcast that went through exactly how to do a review. So if you are someone that listens to my podcast, and I know that there's a lot of you who have told me that the content in this podcast has been extremely helpful in your life and you've really enjoyed it and you'd like to give me a 5-star review, but you just have no idea how, I have taken this time to have directions on how to do it from an iPhone, from an Android, and on your computer. Now, I know that for some of you who've already given a review, this is a bummer because you're like, I already gave a review. But here's the thing. If you've recommended the podcast to anyone, if there's anyone that's listened to it that you know of, if you would take this time that you would normally listen to the podcast and have them write a review, I would really appreciate it. Once I get my mindset on a goal, I really want to make it happen. So please take this next. Normally it would be 30 minutes of me talking and teaching you all something. If you would do me a favor and leave me a review so we can get to 1,000. Once we get there, I won't add any advertising or anything to the podcast. I will feel like a huge sense of accomplishment because I was able to get my goal accomplished. And then I will see you all next week. I've asked my editor, Pavel, who has been doing my podcast editing from the beginning, and his company is Authority Engine. And I highly recommend that any of you that are coaches that are thinking about doing a podcast, that you check with them and you make sure that you get their input before you start a podcast. They have been amazing to me. I've asked them to create the instructions. So please listen in and find which device you have and leave me a review. I would really appreciate it. Thanks again. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Hello to the Life Coach School podcast listeners. This is Ben Kruger. I am an associate of Pavel's, and we are absolutely thrilled to help Brooke out producing this podcast each week for you listeners. And I want to walk you through a quick tutorial to show you exactly how you can review the podcast in iTunes very easily. So I'm going to share 3 different ways. One on your computer, whether it's a Mac or a PC, doesn't matter. The second way is through your iPhone. And the third way, and quite honestly, the way that is not the best, but it is still possible, is through your Android phone. So if you do have an Android phone, it's much easier to go through a computer, whether it's a Mac or a PC. So I'm going to start out with that one first. And if you want to find a specific link to jump to make it easier for all 3 of these, on the show notes page for this podcast episode, you will find links to each of these so you can kind of skip through some of this so you don't have to actually find the podcast. So that is at thelifecoachschool.com/review. If you go to that URL, you will find these instructions as well as the links to skip right to the podcast in iTunes. And so you can kind of skip through the first steps of this tutorial. So I'm going to start out showing you how to review the podcast in iTunes on your computer, whether it's a Mac or a PC. If you do already have the iTunes app, we will open that up in a moment. If you do not, go to apple.com/iTunes. You can click the big download button. All you have to do is enter your email address and you can click download now and install. This is just a little app or program for your PC or Mac. Now, once you open up that iTunes app, at the very top, you will see the option to, on the very top left, it will say music. And if you click on that little drop-down menu, you can then click on podcasts. That will take you to the podcast page in iTunes. Now we're at the podcasts page. On the top, you'll see a couple of options. You'll see the library, you'll see unplayed, and you'll see the store. So go ahead and click the store option because that will bring up the iTunes podcast store. And on the top right, you'll see a search bar. Go ahead and click into that search bar. And this is, in the top right browser window for the iTunes app. And you can type in Life Coach School. Type in Life Coach School and go ahead and click search and make sure that that is again in the iTunes podcasts store. And if you do that, at the very top left, then the search results should show the Life Coach School podcast with Brooke Castillo. So go ahead and click that. And if you open that link up, then now we're sitting at the Life Coach School podcast in iTunes in the podcasts section. And what you're going to do here is real simple. Below the artwork, you'll see the artwork over on the left-hand side. If you want to make sure you never miss an episode going forward, and they always get delivered to you for free automatically, go ahead and click that subscribe button underneath the artwork. This will send new episodes to you automatically. Then over on the right-hand side, you'll see the title, the Life Coach School Podcast with Brooke Castillo. And down below it, you will see details, ratings and reviews, and related. Right now, details is highlighted in blue, but go ahead and click ratings and reviews. That will bring out the ratings and reviews tab. And now you can kind of scan down and see that under customer reviews is a button called write a review. So you're going to click that. And once you click that, you may need to log in using your Apple ID. So that's just a simple email and password login. And if you don't have one, you can go ahead and create an Apple ID real quick. It's free and easy. But once you create that account or log in, then you'll see write a review. And all you have to do is type in a title for your review. On the right-hand side, you'll see a little click to rate, and you can give us whatever star rating you feel is appropriate. And of course, we create incredible content here and hope that you think so too. And then under the review box, simply type a 1 to 3 sentence review that you feel fits your experience and the value you get from listening to the Life Coach School podcast. Now, once you fill that out, you can click submit and you are done. If you do not have a PC, let's talk about the iPhone users and how you can leave a rating and review in your iPhone. So we are first going to open up your iPhone and open up the iTunes Podcasts app. If you don't have that on your phone, you can find, if you open up the App Store app, you do a quick search for iTunes Podcasts app. That will come up as the very first option. Go ahead and install that. Now, if you open up the iTunes Podcasts app to the homepage, on the bottom right, you will see a little magnifying glass, and you can click that, and that will take you to the search page. Once you open up the search page, on the top is the search bar. So we're going to click in the top search bar and type in Life Coach School. As you start typing that in, you'll probably see some auto suggests. You can click on the very top one and open it up. You will see a list of Life Coach School podcast episodes. And down below that, under the header podcasts, you will see the Life Coach School podcast with Brooke Castillo. Go ahead and click on that image or the title, and it will open up into the iTunes page for Brooke's podcast. So now all you have to do is, we're looking at the iTunes page and you can see the artwork there at the top. If you want to make sure you never miss any episodes and that they are automatically sent to you every time there's a new episode released, go ahead and click that blue or purple subscribe button on the right side to subscribe to the show. But then below that, you'll see details, reviews, and related. Right now, details should probably be highlighted, but we're going to click on reviews right in the center there. And you'll see then the stars, rating, and reviews pop up. And below that, you'll see customer reviews and the text link, write a review. Go ahead and click on that write a review button. And once that opens up, again, you may need to sign into your iTunes account, your Apple ID account using an email and password. If you don't have one, it will give you the prompt to create one really quickly. But now that you have that open, then you can actually write in your rating and review. So at the top, you'll see you can give it 1 to 5 star rating. You can type in a short title of your review, and you can type in a 1 to 3 sentence review of your experience and what the Life Coach School podcast has meant to you, what you've experienced with what Brooke has created, and what you'd like to share if somebody asked you about whether or not they should listen to this podcast. So once you fill that out, you can click the send button at the bottom and you are done. The last option is if you are an Android user and you don't have access to a computer, whether it's a PC or a Mac. The reason this is the last option is because this will leave a rating and review in the Stitcher app, not iTunes Store. So it won't actually be in the iTunes Store. But if you would like the show to help the show and to help it be discovered by more Android users, then what we'll do is I'll show you how to leave a review in the Stitcher app for your Android device. So go ahead and open up, if you're on an Android phone, open up the Stitcher app if you have it. If you don't, you can go ahead and look in the App Store to find the Stitcher app. That's STITCHER. It's the prominent podcast listener app in the App Store. So go ahead and download it and install it if you don't have it yet. If you do, open it up. Right there, prominent on the homepage, is the search bar. So go ahead and click into that search bar and type in Life Coach School. Again, once that page opens up, you will see Brooke's podcast, the Life Coach School podcast, show up right there. So you can click on that podcast image. And now that we are into the Life Coach School podcast page inside of the Stitcher app, go ahead and click on the reviews text. You'll see right below the image there, the text reviews. And once you click that, a nice button on the right-hand side will pop up that says write a review. So go ahead and click on that. And again, here it may request for you to log in using email and password for your Stitcher account if you are a listener. And once you log in, simply select the 1 to 5 stars, give your written review a title, and 1 to 3 sentence written review of your experience listening to the Life Coach School podcast, what value you've really gotten from it, and what you would share with someone who has not listened to the show yet. So once you do that, click submit and you are done. And we really thank you. These ratings and reviews mean a lot and make a very big difference in how many other people can discover and get access to Brooke's wisdom through this podcast. So we really appreciate your time and effort. And again, I'm Ben Kruger over at authorityengine.com. If you are looking for help with your podcast or looking for help getting your podcast off the ground, go ahead and look us up. We will be happy to help you out. Really appreciate your time today. Okay. So really excited to bring you new episodes of the Life Coach School podcast in the future. And this will really go a long ways towards making sure the show gets new listenership and reaches more life coaches that we can help with this resource. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Life Coach School podcast. It is my honor to show up here every week and connect with people that are like-minded, wanting to take their life to a deeper level with more awareness and more consciousness. If you are interested in taking this work to the next level, I highly encourage you to go to thelifecoachschool.com/how to feel better online. It is there that I have a class that will take all of this to a deeper application where you'll be able to really feel and experience how all of these concepts can start showing up in your life. It's one thing to learn it intellectually. It's another thing to truly apply it to your life. I will see you there. Thanks again for listening.